Hi everyone, my name is Hanna. If you're watching this video, I'm sure that it's the last final project introduced for you. So congratulations, you're almost at the end of AP US History course. My prompt was evaluate the extent to which scientific and technological innovations in dentistry between 1900 and 2000 transformed the profession and patient outcomes. And my thesis statement was, although early 20th century dental practices laid foundational advancements, there were significant scientific and technological innovations between 1900 and 2000 that profoundly transformed the dental profession and improved patient outcomes. Before 20th century, dentistry was very underdeveloped in terms of the field itself. So patients with oral problems had to go through a lot of pains, and the treatments seemed more likely tortures. So this book shows a lot of images and paintings of ancient dentistry, and as you can see, a lot of people are having pain and suffering from the treatments. Okay, it kind of doesn't make sense that treatments actually made them more painful, but it's what happened. If you're talking about especially before 20th century. But at the turn of 20th century, dentistry was a recognized profession, but it looked very different from today either. Painful procedures, limited tools, and inconsistent standards defined much of early dental practice. There were few ways to manage pain, diagnose problems early, or perform procedures safely. Still, this era laid important groundwork, things like licensure, formal education, and basic infection control. But it was really the next 100 years from 1900 to 2000 that marked a profound shift in how dentistry operated and how patients experienced care because of the technological developments. Let's start with technology. The 20th century saw revolutionary tools introduced into dental practice. In the 1920s, radiographs or dental x-rays became more widely used. For the first time, dentists could see beneath the surface and diagnose problems early, which completely changed how treatment was planned. Then came the high-speed handpiece in the 1950s. This drill allowed dentists to work more efficiently with greater accuracy and much less discomfort for patients. Suddenly, procedures that were long and painful became much faster and more precise. By the late 1980s, CAD/CAM technology entered the dental world. This computer-aided design and manufacturing tools made it possible to create crowns, bridges, and veneers with unmatched accuracy and speed, sometimes even within a single visit. However, technology wasn't the only driver of change. Scientific discoveries also played a huge role in improving patient outcomes. Take local anesthesia. In 1905, Novocaine was introduced, and it changed everything. It allowed dentists to perform procedures painlessly, which reduced patient fear and expanded what was possible during treatment. In the 1940s and 1950s, another breakthrough came: water fluoridation. Public health studies show that fluoride drastically reduced cavities, especially in children. Did you know that fluoride can actually reverse your oral cavity? So basically, if you have a very really small oral cavity, and if you're using toothpaste with abundant fluoride, by just brushing teeth, you can treat your oral cavity a little if you regularly brush your teeth. Anyways, this led to widespread adoption and a major drop in tooth decay across the population. Later in the century, preventive care and evidence-based dentistry became the norm. Rather than just treating problems, dentists began focusing on long-term oral health, emphasizing cleanings like scalings, early intervention, and patient education. This shift directly benefited patients by reducing disease, pain, and cost, while also making care more predictable and safe. Now, some may argue that the most transformative changes in dentistry happened either before 1900 or after 2000. Before 1900, we saw foundational developments like the first dental schools and licensing laws, which gave structure to the profession. After 2000, digital imaging, AI and robotics took things even further. But while those periods matter, it was the 1900 to 2000 century when dentistry truly matured. The combination of innovation, scientific discoveries, and professionalization during this time had the most widespread and deepest impact on both dentists and patients. In the end, scientific and technological innovations from 1900 to 2000 didn't just make dental tools better, they changed the entire nature of dentistry. Because think about it. Think about x-rays. X-rays are basically dentists' superpowers. Before them, it was all guesswork. But with x-rays, dentists could finally see hidden cavities, infections, or bone loss before they turn into big problems. So even if you don't really see on the surface or your gum skin, dentistry actually can see through your scans to check if you have abscess in it or not. They made checkups smarter, treatments faster, and patients way less likely to say, "Why does my tooth hurt all of a sudden?" So, going back to the conclusion, they transformed how dentists diagnose, treat, and interact with patients, and they improved the safety, comfort, and quality of care in ways that still define the profession today. So, from Novocaine to X-ray to digital design and CAD, CAM, CAD/CAM scan, and like high-speed handpiece, these changes helped move dentistry from a painful, limited trade to a respected, evidence-based medical field. Thanks for listening, and I hope you've gained a little bit of understanding on how 1 century of innovation reshaped the future of oral health.